Myself, Dr. Wasim Ahmad Khan, Department of Physics, Krishnath College. This is lecture 2 of module 2 on the topic wave motion. Today I will discuss mainly about the particle and wave velocities, particle velocities, wave velocities, and velocity of sound and excess pressure. In our previous lecture, I already deduced the expression for wave equation psi xt. Now psi xt is the motion of particle. Psi xt represents the motion of particles at position x and time t. Now psi xt have different form. Psi xt equal to a sine 2 pi by t small t minus x by v, where t is the time period, t is the time, x is the position, and v is the velocity of wave, and a is the amplitude. In the same way, we can represent psi of xt equal to a sine omega t minus kx, where omega is the angular frequency and k is the wave vector. Or psi xt equal to a sine 2 pi by lambda vt minus x. This is another form of psi xt. Again, psi xt can be represented as a sine k vt minus x. This is another form. And lastly, we can represent psi xt equal to real part of a e to the power I omega t minus kx. That means it will become psi xt equal to a cos omega t minus kx. So we can represent psi xt in various different form. It will be sine function or it will be cosine function. All are the same representation of psi xt. I repeat again, psi xt is represent the motion of particle at position x and time t during the propagation of wave in the medium. Now we already obtained the classical wave equation. It is given as d2 del 2 psi del t2 equal to v square del 2 psi del x2. V is the velocity. This is the double derivative with respect to t, and this factor is the double derivative of psi with respect to x and multiplied by v square, and this is the classical wave equation. Hence the particle velocity is represented as del psi del t, and particle acceleration, we know the double derivative of psi, that means del 2 psi del t2, whereas the wave velocity is represented as v equal to omega by k, where omega is the angular frequency and k is the wave vector. This is different thing. This is particle velocity del psi del t, and this is another wave velocity. This is totally different thing. V equal to omega by k. Particle velocity means the velocity of particle of the medium during the propagation of wave through the medium, and wave velocity means the velocity of wave through the medium. Now pressure of longitudinal wave. Now first of all, we have to know what is longitudinal wave. We know that now when the particles of the medium vibrate parallel to the direction of motion of the wave, then the wave is said to be longitudinal wave. Now when the particles of the medium vibrates parallel to the direction of motion of the wave, then the wave is said to be longitudinal wave. Here I want to calculate the pressure of longitudinal wave. That means to deduce the pressure of longitudinal waves, we first calculate the velocity of propagation of plane longitudinal waves in an elastic medium. That means I have to first calculate the velocity of propagation of plane longitudinal waves, and then I can calculate the pressure. Let us consider a cylinder. This is a cylinder of a fluid lying along the x-axis, and the direction of propagation of wave is along the x direction, and the alpha is the cross-sectional area of this cylinder. Let us assume two planes. This is A1 plane and B1 plane, separated at a distance delta x, where delta x very small. Here is the condition, xi very small with delta x, and delta x also small compared to the wavelength of the wave passing through the medium. Here this separation is xi, and this separation is xi plus delta xi. When a pressure P is acting over this plane, then the plane A1 is displaced into A2, and plane B1 is displaced by at the position B2. Here this is A1 A2 equal to xi, and here B1 B2 equal to xi plus delta xi. Suppose the particles in the plane A1 are displaced by xi to A2 due to disturbance of longitudinal wave, and the particle I already said the longitudinal wave, and the particles in the plane B1 are displaced by xi plus delta xi to B2. I already said that. That means A1 A2 equal to xi and B1 B2 equal to xi plus delta xi. Here xi plus delta xi equal to del xi del x into delta x. This is del xi del x and delta x. That means xi plus delta xi equal to xi plus del xi del x into delta x. Now the initial volume V0 of the fluid between A1 and B1. That means in between A1 and B1 the velocity, the volume of the fluid is V0 equal to alpha delta x. Delta x is the separation between two layer or between two plane, and alpha is the cross-sectional area of the cylinder. That's why the initial volume V0 we denote as V0 equal to alpha delta x. Now the final volume Vf of the fluid between A2 and B2 is Vf equal to alpha into delta x plus delta xi. Delta x is the initial separation, and finally the separation between A2 and B2 becomes delta x plus delta xi. That means delta x plus del xi del x into delta x. So it is the initial volume and it is the final volume, means the volume between two plane A2 and B2. This is the final volume. So increase in volume delta V equal to Vf minus Vi. That means Vf minus Vi. That means V0 equal to alpha del xi del x into delta x. Now we define a parameter called dilatation. Dilatation is defined as the increase in volume divided by initial volume. So delta equal to delta V by V0. So delta V equal to alpha del xi del x into delta x, and V0 equal to alpha delta x. Alpha into delta x equal to V0. That means delta V by V0 equal to del xi del x. Suppose the fluid is compressed by a disturbance, then the pressure in the layer A1 or A2 is increased from the equilibrium value P0 by an amount small p. What happened? A disturbance is applied in the layer over the layer A1, and the pressure is increased from the initial equilibrium value P0 by an amount small p. Small p is positive for compression and negative for rarefaction. Then we can take the excess pressure at B1 or B2 is P plus del P del P del X into delta X. This is the amount increased of pressure. These two pressure act on the fluid A2 B2 in opposite direction. Now from the definition of bulk modulus, K bulk modulus K equal to volume stress by volume strain. So volume stress equal to pressure, that means the pressure force per unit area, and volume strain used initial volume, this is increase in volume or by initial volume, that means minus P divided by delta. For compression, the volume, this negative sign is coming due to for compression volume strain is negative, that's why this negative sign appears. Now it becomes minus P by delta equal to minus P by del I del X. I already mentioned here delta equal to del I del X, or I can write P equal to minus of K times del I del X. Now next step is that now from the Newton's second law of motion we know now force equal to mass into acceleration. This is mass within the first bracket, this term represents the mass, and del 2 j del t2 represents the acceleration. The mass into acceleration, and this is force. This is force. Now pressure into area equal to force. Here also the negative sign is the fact that the unbalanced force is in the negative direction. Now we can cutting this two parameter alpha delta x, here is alpha delta x, we cut this term both sides and we get del p del x minus of del p del x equal to rho 0 del 2 j del t2. Again if I put the value of p, that means here minus p equal to minus k del I del x. I put this result here, del x of minus k del I del x equal to rho 0 del 2 j del 2. Minus minus will become plus, then we get here del 2 j del 2 equal to k divided by rho 0 del 2 j del x2. This is very similar to the classical wave equation. So if we compare with the classical wave equation, del 2 j del t2 equal del 2 psi del t2 equal to v square del 2 psi del x2 equal to comparing with this equation, then we get the velocity of wave becomes v equal to root over of k by rho, where k is the bulk modulus and rho means rho 0 is the density of medium. That means from this expression we can say that the velocity, wave velocity is depends on the bulk modulus and the density of the medium. From here we can from the dimension we can calculate the what is the dimension of wave velocity V, and V equal to root over of k by rho 0. The dimension of V equal to dimension of k by dimension of rho 0 whole to the power half. K is the nothing but bulk modulus. Bulk modulus means volume stress by volume strain. That means volume stress by volume strain. Volume strain is unitless. Volume stress equal to is represented by a force per unit area. So this is force per unit area and divided by density ml to the power minus 3. It will become L to the power minus 1. Now, as we expected, that means velocity always the dimension of length per time, that is meter per second or centimeter per second or foot per second. Now we have to calculate the expression for velocity of sound in a gas medium. There are two expressions of velocity of sound. One is from Newton's and other is from Laplace. Although I get an expression for wave velocity v equal to root over of k by rho 0, but this rho 0 is the density of medium and k is the bulk modulus of the medium. So here two expression of velocity of sound. One is from we get there are two expression of velocity of sound. One is from Newton's law and other is from Laplace law. The basic difference between two formula of velocity of sound is that Newton's formula is basically consider basically the process during the propagation of sound in the gas medium and is the isothermal, but Laplace consider it is not isothermal, it will be adiabatic process, because during the propagation of sound through gas medium it happens so quickly that there is no transfer of heat. That's why Laplace considered the process is adiabatic, and it is more the velocity deduced from the Laplace formula is more accurate with the experimental result. Now what happened? Now I just read out this. Newton's assumed that in case of propagation, the sound wave through gas, the temperature variation in the region of compression and rarefaction are negligible. Temperature variation in the region of compression and rarefaction are negligible. The process is therefore isothermal, and he applied Boyle's law, P v equal to RT. But this theoretical expression of velocity does not give the satisfactory result with the experimental help. But Laplace gives a satisfactory explanation by considering that during sound wave travels in a gas, the region of compression is heated and the region of rarefaction is cooled. Since these thermal changes occurs so rapidly that during this very short time scale there is no change of heat transfer occurs in the system and the surrounding. That is the process is adiabatic and uses the relation PV equal to PV to the power gamma equal to constant. This is adiabatic relation, which is very close agreement with the experimental value. Now expression for Newton's formula. This is PV equal to constant. This is the law from isothermal process, PV equal to constant. Differentiating partially we get P delta V plus V delta P equal to 0. That means delta P divided by delta V by V equal to minus P. Now volume stress by volume strain equal to this, equal to putting this value, and we get K equal to P. Therefore V equal to root over of K by rho 0 becomes, we put the value of K, bulk modulus K equal to P. That means we get V equal to root over of K by rho 0 equal to root over of P by rho 0. Now if we take rho 0 equal to rho, then the velocity of expression of velocity becomes V equal to rho by P by rho. This is the Newton's formula of velocity of sound through the medium. Now the expression for Laplace formula. Laplace consider the adiabatic process and PV to the power gamma equal to constant. In the same manner, we differentiate partially and get gamma p equal to minus delta p divided by delta v by v. Now we put this value in volume stress by volume strain and we get K equal to gamma p. Therefore velocity of sound becomes V equal to K by rho 0 equal to gamma root over of gamma p by rho 0. Here is the only p by rho 0. Velocity in Newton's formula is p root over of p by rho 0, and here root over of gamma p by rho 0. Here gamma is the extra term in Laplace formula of velocity of sound through the medium. So if we take rho equal to rho 0, then this equation becomes V equal to root over of gamma p by rho. Now which is good, agrees or more accurate than the experimental result. Now if I take gamma equal to 1.4 for air, the velocity of sound in air at STP is V equal to almost equal to 331.6 meter per second, now which is close agreement to the experimental value. Now we consider or define two new parameters, dilatation delta and condensation S. Dilatation, I already said, the increase in volume by initial volume delta V by V0, and condensation is increase in density. Density of what? Density of medium. Increase in density during the propagation of sound, increase in density and initial density, or delta rho by rho 0. Since mass in between the layer is constant, then we can write rho v equal to rho 0 v0. Rho changes by rho 0 plus delta rho, and v changes by v0 plus delta v equal to rho 0 v0, and we just simplifying we get rho 0 times 1 plus delta rho by rho 0 v0 time into 1 plus delta v by v0 equal to rho 0 v0. Here rho 0 v0 and here rho 0 v0, I cut this, and 1 plus delta rho by rho 0, 1 plus delta v by v0 means 1 plus s into 1 plus delta. 1 rho delta rho by rho 0 is the dilatation delta, and delta v by v0, delta rho by rho 0 is the condensation S, and delta v by v0 is the dilatation delta. That means 1 plus S into 1 plus delta equal to 1. Just I multiply and cancel the term S delta, because S delta is very small, then we get 1 plus S plus delta equal to 1, and then finally I get S equal to minus delta. Here I already mentioned K equal to P by minus P by delta equal to, I calculate here S equal to minus delta, then I put K equal to minus P by delta equal to P by S. Then P equal to Ks. From here P equal to Ks. K is the volume, K is the bulk modulus, and S is the condensation. Again we know V equal to root over of K by rho 0. Therefore K equal to V square times rho 0. তাহলে K equal to V square rho 0 into S. This is the relation of excess pressure in terms of wave velocity, initial density of the fluid, and condensation. That means excess pressure equal to V square rho 0 into S. It depends on velocity square and density of the medium and condensation.